but I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford.
Right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight.
You can. It's whenever I want to.
Fresh buzz is shaking the boxing world after new training footage of Floyd Mayweather Jr. surfaced, showing the 48-year-old icon still looking sharp and polished. The clips immediately fueled speculation, with some fans daring to imagine a fantasy showdown against Terence Crawford. However, not everyone is thrilled by the idea. A number of insiders and former fighters are urging caution, warning Crawford to steer clear of such a matchup. Their point is simple: Mayweather's speed, reflexes, and trademark defense may not have declined as much as many assume, making him a dangerous opponent even now.
Terence Crawford would beat upon Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. The advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can fish the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win in close decisions. Hey, I want to know what everybody else thinks.
For most observers, the caution isn't rooted in questioning Crawford's greatness. He's still widely regarded as the top pound-for-pound fighter in the sport today. Instead, the concern lies in the unique challenge Mayweather represents. Even beyond his prime years, Floyd's mastery at shutting down opponents, controlling the tempo, and frustrating even world-class fighters is virtually unmatched. Analysts warn that Crawford, who excels at breaking opponents down over the course of a fight, could struggle to impose his rhythm, finding himself tangled in Mayweather's defensive mastery and unable to consistently land meaningful shots.
But Mayweather's the only one with no losses on his record right now. It's a tough thing in boxing to go that long.
I mean, you also got Andre Ward, but that was like, what, 32, 34?
Yeah, but Ward lost one somewhere in there.
No, I think he's undefeated.
Is he?
Yeah. But he's not as much as Mayweather. And the other thing, too, is that Mayweather, the resume, if we go back to the resume.
But you know what? I love that because everybody says Mayweather didn't fight nobody. He fought this guy.
Yeah, they don't. Those are people that don't know about
boxing.
boxing.
Mayweather fought everybody they put into him. It's not his fault he saw Pacquiao late in Pacquiao's career. It's not his fault.
Floyd Mayweather's current training habits highlight exactly why so many veterans advise caution to anyone considering facing him, even at 48 years old. Though officially retired, Mayweather hasn't slowed down in the gym. He still works the mitts with sharp precision, runs crisp pad sessions that showcase his reflexes, and keeps himself in top shape through high-volume reps. Core-focused exercises, endless cardio, and fluid movement rather than heavy weight training.
So I want to make sure that I eat the right foods because I take care of my body. You know, even since I've been out here, I make sure, you know, I go for a jog. Probably not like I did when I was competing. I do like a little 4 miles. Try to do 450 push-ups.
No.
450 sit-ups, yeah.
Well, you keep funny hours. Like even watching the All Access stuff with you keep real funny hours. Like why you want to sleep at 9 a.m. to 3 and then be up all night running around the streets? Like, have you always kept funny hours? You keep funny hours.
Remember, we work hard to become our own boss so we can do what we want to do. The ultimate goal is to go to sleep when you want to and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled because I want to be my own boss.
After Crawford's victory over Canelo to claim the undisputed super middleweight crown, Floyd Mayweather shared his reaction in an interview with TMZ. He acknowledged that the better man won and praised the matchup for bringing excitement and energy back to the sport. When asked about Canelo's future, Mayweather reflected on how demanding boxing is on a fighter's body and suggested that the years of wear and tear may be catching up with him, though ultimately only Canelo can make that call. As for a potential rematch, Floyd didn't rule it out. saying that if both sides want it, the fight could happen, and if not, the sport will simply move forward.
On Saturday night, even though I think a lot of people who were fans were not exactly sure, would Canelo win? Would Bud be big enough, strong enough to handle Canelo's power? Well, the answer to that question was yes. I saw you placed a bet, won a lot of money. Congratulations. What are your thoughts? What was your reaction to the fight, Floyd, as you watched Bud and Canelo in there on Saturday?
Oh, it's good for boxing. It was exciting. The best man won.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not really sure.
Would you be interested in seeing a rematch, or would the fight be the same? Would it ultimately end up the same way?
I don't know. It's up to those two guys. They want to do a rematch, do a rematch. If not, keep it moving.
Would you watch it, or not any real interest?
I'm pretty sure I'll watch it. If they did it again, I'm pretty sure I would.
That said, Mayweather has repeatedly downplayed the idea that defeating Canelo is some monumental achievement. Over the years, he's remarked that the win came easier than people make it out to be, and even mocked the notion that simply beating Canelo automatically deserves sky-high praise. In his view, the context matters. Canelo was still young, still learning, and far from his prime when they met. By stressing that point, Floyd often frames the victory as a defense of his own legacy, suggesting that exposing Canelo's flaws at that stage shouldn't instantly elevate others who've beaten him since.
You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Many of boxing experts maintain that, even with his flawless record and statement victory over Canelo, Terence Crawford still hasn't quite reached the same legendary tier as Floyd Mayweather. The key difference, they argue, is Floyd's unmatched 50-0 legacy, a milestone that remains the gold standard in the sport. For Crawford to genuinely surpass Mayweather in the all-time greatest conversation, critics believe he'll need more than just marquee wins. They point to a potential showdown with David Benavidez, one of the sport's most dangerous and physically dominant fighters, as the kind of test that could truly cement his place in history.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. Mm-hmm. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say, well now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
Jeff Mayweather recently gave his perspective on the growing Crawford versus Floyd debate. He acknowledged Crawford's brilliance, pointing out that many fans were stunned by the dominance he's shown in his biggest fights. Still, when weighing prime versus prime, Jeff didn't hesitate to back Floyd as the more reliable pick. He also took aim at comments from fighters like Canelo, suggesting that such comparisons are often made to elevate one's own reputation. In Jeff's view, while Crawford is highly skilled and exceptionally intelligent in the ring, he still doesn't surpass Floyd's unmatched defensive mastery.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sure would. And that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
I mean, don't you? I
Want to
mean,
make himself look like he did something great.
Before Terence Crawford faced off with Canelo Alvarez, Jeff Mayweather expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to rise to the occasion. In his view, a victory wouldn't just solidify Crawford's pound-for-pound dominance, it could also spark demand for an even bigger spectacle. Jeff noted that Floyd Mayweather, despite being 48, keeps himself in remarkable condition, and if Crawford pulled off a career-defining win, public pressure for a showdown with Floyd would be hard to ignore. With Crawford's hunger for legacy and Floyd's status as an unbeaten icon, such a matchup would instantly become one of the most talked-about possibilities in modern boxing.
the Magic 8 Ball. Do you think that'd be something in his?
I don't necessarily think that is something that he's looking for. But I mean, of course, if he gets past Canelo, he can fight as many bums as he wants to, just to make the record.
Do you think he would do that, or do you think he would?
I don't know. He seemed like he's a class act, and he seemed like he'll do whatever he feels. But I don't know. I mean, at what you said, 37?
37, yeah.
37. Yeah, that's still a lot of fights though.
Oscar De La Hoya recently shared his perspective on the Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Terence Crawford debate, siding with Mayweather as the more complete fighter. While he gave Crawford credit for his remarkable achievement in climbing 3 weight divisions and outclassing Canelo Alvarez, De La Hoya stressed that Mayweather's technical brilliance still sets him apart. According to him, Floyd's unmatched defensive skills, impeccable timing, and ability to minimize damage in the ring make him the more polished and intelligent boxer overall.
And who would, because Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
Terence Crawford has openly dismissed the idea of comparing his career to Floyd Mayweather's, saying both fighters represent different eras of boxing. He fully acknowledges Mayweather's accomplishments and dominance during his prime, but emphasizes that Floyd's time has come and gone. Crawford positions himself as today's benchmark, pointing to his success across multiple weight classes and his status as an undisputed champion in more than one division as evidence that he is the one carrying the sport forward.
I was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. One where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Terence Crawford has repeatedly spoken with respect about Floyd Mayweather Jr., recognizing the influence Floyd had on shaping the path for today's fighters. He often points to Mayweather's unmatched discipline, defensive brilliance, and sharp business sense as qualities that set a new standard in boxing. For Crawford, Floyd's career isn't just history. It's a model of how focus, intelligence, and self-belief can push a fighter beyond the ring itself. While Crawford now sees himself as the torchbearer of the modern era, he makes it clear that he does so while honoring Mayweather's legacy, acknowledging that Floyd opened the door for fighters to take control of their own careers.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, has often argued that his fighter brings dimensions to the ring that even Floyd Mayweather never displayed. In his view, Crawford's ability to switch stances effortlessly, adjust to any opponent, and carry finishing power in both hands sets him apart. While Mayweather earned his legacy through defensive brilliance and ring control, Bomac points out that Crawford blends that same technical sharpness with an aggressive, fan-friendly approach that produces highlight reel knockouts at the sport's highest level.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. He's a GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. Everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence? Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Commentator Max Kellerman has weighed in on the Mayweather-Crawford debate, noting that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legacy remains massive thanks to his unparalleled resume, lightning-fast reflexes, defensive genius, and the long list of elite names he defeated. However, Kellerman also highlights that Terence Crawford's journey has been different, and in some respects, even braver. While Mayweather, particularly in his later years, was careful in choosing the right timing for big fights, Crawford has consistently sought out danger, taking on every top opponent available and climbing weight divisions without hesitation. According to Kellerman, Mayweather's legacy is etched in history, but Crawford's rise as today's pound-for-pound king carries its own gravity, forged through risk, resilience, and relentless challenges.
Floyd was fighting everyone right up until the point where he started to make money. But as much credit as you get for making, the primacy of business, for making business your priority, well, that comes with trade-offs, because when you make business decisions constantly, sometimes your athletic achievements won't be regarded in the same way as if you made athletic achievements your priority. That said, Mayweather has accomplished a tremendous amount athletically. But the three fighters he didn't fight, Antonio Margarito, Manny Pacquiao, when he was obliterating De La Hoya, Hatton, and Cotto, and Shane Mosley when he still had something left. And while he will wind up fighting Pacquiao and Mosley, it'll both be, at the right time for Floyd. That said, what about at the right time? Floyd, he's also ancient. A fighter approaching 40, fighting at the level Mayweather is fighting, is unheard of. Mayweather, until recent times, would be considered one of the greatest older fighters that would be the whole story. Oh my God, can you believe how old Mayweather is? It was a little bit unfair to Floyd. Say, well, you're picking these guys at the right time. Floyd is old.
Max Kellerman has also made the case that both Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford can be ranked ahead of Floyd Mayweather Jr. on all-time pound-for-pound lists, despite Floyd's flawless record and undeniable skill. In Kellerman's view, Pacquiao's career is unique, starting in the very lightest divisions and climbing through weight classes while consistently defeating elite opponents. Pacquiao didn't shy away from dangerous fights. Instead, he tore through divisions in dominant fashion. While Kellerman acknowledges Mayweather's defensive mastery, he argues that Pacquiao's willingness to take risks, combined with his success across so many weight classes, places him just a notch higher in the historical conversation.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts. including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has raised doubts about whether Floyd Mayweather Jr. truly faced the toughest competition at their peak. According to Jones, many of Mayweather's signature victories came against opponents who were either past their best years or not yet fully developed. He highlights that even marquee names like Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao weren't necessarily in their prime when Mayweather met them in the ring. In contrast, Jones credits Pacquiao for consistently taking risks and stepping into fights with top-tier opponents at their sharpest. From his perspective, while Mayweather's spotless 50-0 record is remarkable, it doesn't automatically settle the debate over who deserves the title of the greatest of all time.
Is Floyd Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great. All right, so that's not great. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best two names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who would
have. Because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney.
Do you think Floyd's defensive mastery still makes him stand out above everyone else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.